Good morning. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we're looking at the daily energy. So welcome in. These messages are timeless. They're fluid. So if they resonate, definitely take what's yours, leave the rest behind. No need to worry or stress through something that's not meant for you, right? So I hope you find messages here. We're going to start with a little bit of clearing and cleansing of the energy. It's been a little wonky lately for sure. There's been a lot of heavy energy coming up. It's emotional, it's intuitive, so you might be having crazy dreams or sleepless nights or just feeling kind of down and out. That's pretty normal for what's been going on astrologically. Both Neptune and Saturn are in Pisces, and I'm actually recording this on Saturday. Just cleanse real quick. Well, receive the energy if you would like, the cleanse, the vibe, letting go, releasing, detoxing of what is not highest and best, what is not meant for us. So as I mentioned, I'm recording this on a Saturday. Saturday is the day of Saturn. So Saturn is our celestial taskmaster, so to speak. It is our karma. It's what we come into this life with, the lessons that we're meant to learn. And it's a little ruthless of an energy. It rules Capricorn, which is a very strong, sturdy, capable energy. It often takes a lot of hard work, especially with these larger aspects of our karma, what we want to learn, in this life. There's something that needs to be nurtured into being, and I'm hearing this because there's so much playing on our emotions and feelings. We really can't get sucked into that value of unworthiness. Life is life. It's never perfect, right? It's not that neat little package. And things happen. We make choices, we make mistakes, we have victories and success. And so, especially during these times where the emotional energy is trying to bring us back down or make us feel less than, unworthy, bad about who we are, etc., we really need to be mindful, be aware that it's happening is the first step, but then also kind of just reframing our perspective around things. We all know there's ups and downs to life. It's never flatline, plateaued. The challenges that we come into actually are the dynamism to help us grow, to help us evolve, even though sometimes it's not fun, speaking from experience. So astrologically today, it's not a very heavy day per se, but like I said, there is a lot going on in our emotional world. The moon is conjunct to Pluto. So that is, again, that representation of the struggle around making the challenges, making the changes, especially how we feel about those things, right? Like, if we're not feeling awesome, if we want this thing, but we have to let go of other things that aren't really serving us, it can be really hard to let go, right? That's just the nature of the beast, and not good, bad, right, or wrong. But I think sometimes, in our attachments, in our human nature, we want to be able to stockpile, hoard everything that we can. And that's the thing. I think that's the message, the strong theme for the rest of this year is not being afraid to let go of those things, and still standing in our empowerment, in our truth, etc. Sovereignty, wish, and celebrate came out. So there is this energy or this need to really be proud of yourself. Give yourself those accolades for all the work that you have overcome. It's a great opportunity to do that, especially when we're not feeling valid or legit or worthy of something. you know, just take a moment and say, well, yeah, maybe that, but I've done this, this, and this, and this is how I'm strong, and this is how I'm finding my path and movement forward. What else? So, I mean, positively, Mercury is trying to Black Moon Lilith. So again, it kind of gives us the opportunity to, we know what's coming after us, so to speak, in terms of those challenges, those obstacles. We might not know exactly how it's going to play out, but when they pop up, we're going to be able to recognize it and be like, oh, that's that thing. So Mercury, with that harmonious aspect to Black Moon Lilith, really helps us communicate and overcome through some of the challenges. Mercury is also in retrograde right now, so things that have been repressed on the communication front are definitely coming to the surface, specifically in our relationships and partnerships with that South Node in Libra. The South Node is, again, our karma. It's what we bring into this life. It's like our default mechanisms. Like, you know, if we don't like something, we resort to this kind of patterning or behavior. Again, not good, bad, right, or wrong. I think that, like, what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing even astrologically is, like, again, just that confirmation that, like, we really want to see movement. We really want to see change, and it's just not happening quite yet. Look back at the new moon in Sagittarius video. This really talks about it's a great time to fantasize, idealize what we want in our life, how we want that to show up and manifest. It's not coming in right now. We're kind of clearing out the old from this past year, from the past couple years. There's definitely been this huge collective shift and change, and the more conscious and aware of it we are, i.e. Mars being trying to the North Node, Chiron, and our fortune point, the more we kind of align with and lock into what we're working to bring in, the more fluidly it's going to come through. We just have to pay attention, not get too arrogant. Venus is square to our fortune point today, so we might, again, not really like the way things are playing out. It kind of messes with our little utopia of what we created, how we want something to manifest. But just remember, there's a million people, places, and things that are playing into the collective energy. So sometimes we think that something or someone is meant for us, and it's just not. It was meant for a certain period of time, a certain learning lesson, etc. So just don't get too down and out. Yeah, the shadow is coming up today. Be conscious and mindful of how you're addressing it. Like I said, it's the day of Saturn, so there's often a little bit more work and intention that we have to put into our life, what is going on. That shadow might be coming up, and, you know, just kind of, I love the way that they depict it in this deck with, you know, those teeth. It feels very ferocious. It can be a very harsh energy. It can be a really heavy energy. Don't get too sucked into it, right? Don't let yourself kind of spiral. Being humble, being honest, being authentic with what you're going through, where you're at, how you're showing up, how it's affected you, etc. I think the more we can be honest with ourselves, the easier it is to overcome. When we try to pretend that something is not what it is, that's where the resistance, the tension, the pain, the suffering come into play. And that's really us limiting ourselves from growth and from evolution, right? Like, life definitely plays in this dance of, yeah, we have those times of reprieve, of happiness, of joy, where everything is in its right place, and then something comes along to shake it up. It's that variance between silence and dynamism, the masculine, the feminine, however you want to see it, that duality that we all experience in life. And it's not a bad thing. I think it's hard not to get into that place of like, oh, I'm being punished, or I did something wrong, or why is this happening to me, etc. And in reality, it's just life pushing you, forcing you to grow. So again, the more honest and humble we can be in our path, the better. Yeah, because it is growing. Like this again is another confirmation that what you want, this new life that you are looking towards, or just bringing in the new thing, the new job, more money, relationship, home, family, whatever it is for you, it's happening. You know, we just have to be patient through the process. I find that can be the most annoying thing, I guess, about the subtler energies, the intuitive energy, because we can sense and feel things way before they actually present in the physical. So, you know, I really like, okay, so this is leading to some type of divine union. This, if you are single, this can be new love coming in. Maybe you've really been working hard on yourself, or you haven't been in a relationship for a while, or you're tired of the old BS and really hoping to find that person that's authentic for you or right for you, right? Your divine counterpart, for lack of a better phrase. And this is talking about that's coming in. We all know that we have to be right with ourselves before we can really attract that thing, you know, that we long for. Going back into that concept of dynamism and how, you know, anytime our soul is at unrest, anytime we want to grow, we want to evolve, we want a better thing in our life, you know, we have to obviously we have to believe in ourselves, simply put, right? We have to believe that we can actually achieve, draw in what we desire. And that union is coming into play. I am hearing this is union within yourself first, right? And then it actually plays out in your physical world around you. So being really honest about maybe some of the things that you have to work on, some of the things that you're not like pumped about yourself. 7 of Swords energy just popped out. This is also, you know, I hear this message as twofold. This is also someone kind of being sneaky in your environment, someone who's maybe watching, spying, social media, you know, hopefully not anything too weird, but there is this energy of watchful eyes on you. So I think this really plays into relationships, people, places, and things that you have been dealing with, that you are dealing with. You know, again, maybe something came out that didn't make you feel awesome about yourself. That Page of Wands energy is so fun and exciting, but he can be a little bit reckless, you know? He can be a little bit, gosh, there's so much popping out. 10 of Swords, so it's backstabbing, it's betrayal, repeating of bad behavior, going back into a karmic cycle when truly we've gone through the lesson already. So the more that you can rise above the harder things, again, not in a space to put like pressure or perfectionism on yourself, that's going to make it harder and more stressful. But this is a lot about being conscious, being mindful, so you know how to navigate those people and situations that feel a little bit shady. Don't feel like they have your best interests at heart. Again, that 7 of Swords energy. Yeah, so 4 of Pentacles has been coming up a lot for us lately. It is this energy of self-protection, especially in this deck. You know, there's this tent out in the forest in the winter snow, but he's protecting the pentacles, right? He's protecting what he has grown and built. So I'm also hearing this as being really conscious of how much you say to people, not overly divulging, especially if you're working on a new project, a new something. We don't need the naysayers coming in. That to me feels like It's part of what that shadow energy is for you. People that don't believe in you, people that have put you down or kind of cast you aside or didn't give you the love and the respect that you deserve. And that's why you're self-protecting. But in that energy as well, again, just keep what's important to you close to your heart. It's not the time to, shout to the world, shout to the rooftops. It's not. It's going to be hard. I think the temperance energy is, again, confirming that it's making us feel all the feels. Temperance is governed by Sagittarius. And the story with temperance is it's like, we have to find that balance between what we're going after, what we long for, what we desire to bring in, the emotions around it, and then what's actually happening in the physical world. It's that tempering of forces, so to speak. It has a lot of water for me personally. I always feel that temperance is, sometimes it's, it's like you can, like, I know that person thinks that, or I know they said that about me, or I know they're doing this. It's like this energy of, not conspiracy, but almost just like, I don't know, it's when our own worth, our own value, our fears get triggered, and then we believe the worst or think the worst. Or if someone's not showing up for you in a way that makes you feel good, just leave it alone. It's not even worth it, Definitely feeling that message today. Like why is it important to get this person's validation or their affirmation? If they don't want to give it, they're not going to give it. And chasing after it is only going to make you feel smaller. It's only going to kind of, harp on your worth. And so there is a lot of emotional energy coming up from the past. That Six of Cups definitely confirms. This is reverse. I don't know. I don't specifically read reversals, but or maybe I picked the deck up upside down. Well, there you go. There's your answer. It's not any sort of thing, but whatever. That's a conversation for another time. Okay. So Six of Pentacles energy, it's attached to the past. It's attached to the things that didn't work out. Again, really confirming that Saturn energy, that today it is going to be a little bit of work on our emotional front, remaining balanced, knowing that things are transitioning and moving forward. The Six of Swords is amazing in terms of peaceful, tranquil energy. So the more we tap into that tranquility, that peace, the harmony, the balance, the easier it's going to be, especially to get over the things that are just really weighing on you or feeling a little bit overwhelming. Ace of Cups, there is our new love. That definitely confirms what the overarching energy was saying. That new birth is coming in. If you're in a love relationship, this can be a rebirth of your connection. This can also be, it doesn't have to be romantically inclined is what I want to say. It can also be a new opportunity, something that you feel really passionate about, something that's exciting and really inspiring your emotion, your feeling. That's the energy you want to focus on today. That's the energy you want to indulge. The Magician comes up. Maybe that was another reading. But again, just saying that, you have the power. You know what's going on. Use it for your highest and best. This is a huge time, especially with Mercury and Jupiter in retrograde. It's a lot about, again, not letting naysayers, people that don't support you, bringing you back down into the low vibey energy. Rising above, not getting involved with it, taking a step away. If someone wants to say something to you, oh, there's our Seven of Swords, guys, and that is in the outside energy. So that's in your environment around you. Again, someone who just doesn't have very good motivation. They're trying to do things behind the scenes. It's a sneaky energy, just like we see him, here stealing the Four Swords. It's a sneaky energy. It's someone who's not being honest, candid, truthful, and you can feel this. you can feel this. And I think part of, again, that shade, what you're picking up from this person, this situation, it's bringing up your shadow. It's triggering the shadow energy to make you question your value, your worth. And, you know, it's just not worth it, guys. Like, it's hard. I mean, I can attest to this 100%. I mean, you know, I'm a human too. Go figure. But like, just this, it makes it so much harder. It makes it, you know, it's just hard to put your best foot forward when you're feeling like a POS. And when people do that, when people cater to that energy, putting you down, making you not feel worthy or valuable, it's really not a good energy to have in your life. The more that you invite that energy in, the more you're going to receive more of it, right? This is someone who's not really interested in cooperation or collaboration. It's a lot of ulterior motives is what I'm hearing. It's someone who likes their own autonomy and independence. In terms of like, it feels like a selfish energy. Like, I don't really care how this affects you or what this does to you. I'm going to do it anyway. Or I'm going to try to do it in a way that you can't even pick up on. So again, that's why it's so important to the best of our ability, remain as grounded as possible and not letting the feelings and emotions get the best of you. You know, to their credit, I would say they're kind of in this new phase of life and they see it and they feel it. And I think that that's what's throwing them off. You guys could have a long-term relationship, love, friendship, partnership, whatever that Six of Cups energy connection is for you. I think this is definitely throwing them off a little. I think this is something that they weren't really expecting. They didn't really see coming. But now they're in this place where it's like, whether you're in no communication or not, it's like they get it now. They get it a little bit more, I don't know. I was going to say realistically. They see it happening, they see it unfolding, and it's making them feel untethered. I think that that's why they're playing out this Seven of Swords energy, because again, they're not really trying to communicate or divulge to you what's going on, but they're still gonna watch behind the sidelines. Good for them. Way to be mature. Way to be an adult and communicate. It's actually crazy to me how much we keep hidden or don't say, don't speak, you know, and thinking that's going to get us further along. In my opinion, like, there's a world of good that happens just by having a conversation. Then you know where that person stands, what they think, how they feel. And when we're afraid to do that, again, it's limitation. It's restriction on our own energy. Because if a person, place, or thing does not work for us, it's better to know sooner than later. Obviously, we have different karmas that we play out with people, etc. So sometimes we do have to have an interaction with them. But if we're looking at it in regards to how to manifest, how to bring something in, draw something closer to you, it's better to know right off the bat if this thing is going to work or not. Because then it throws us into this cycle of karma. Okay, Knight of Wands energy, that's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You know, the Knight of Wands is probably like my least favorite dude in the deck, no offense. You know, but it's definitely this energy, it reminds me of a young boy. There's a lot of arrogance, there's a lot of, and no shade to dudes, like, at all, please don't hear that. But just, you know, in our youth, we're a little bit more ignorant, naive, you know, masculine energy tends to have a big ego and is not specifically grounded. It's someone who's kind of looking for the next best thing. And with this Lovers card, we saw that in the overarching energy with the Union. It's like, I feel like they're, this is like jumping the gun. They're not really grounded and settled in what they want and what they feel, so they don't really know. So it's like having a conversation that you don't have all the the details around. And then it's like when it gets to something a little bit more serious, commitment, love, you know, can you really actually handle this, so to speak? They're kind of left speechless because maybe they can't, and then they're going to be out as quickly as they came in. So again, this is a lot about knowing our shadow self, knowing what gets triggered, the death energy, transformation, rebirth. This is a lot about letting go and releasing, especially when it comes to people, places, and things that are trying to get back into our good graces, is what I hear. And that is a part of shadow, right? Like people that we give too much credit to, too much justification, constantly giving them an out, etc. This is definitely how this Knight of Wands energy feels to me. I feel like you've been in relationship with this person for a long time. You know who they are, how they show up. So use that information. That is, again, tapping into this magician energy, using the information that like we already know. Because this isn't a new situation. And we really don't want to start anything new or launch anything right now during Mercury retrograde. So it's more about the planning stages. It goes direct the beginning of the year. Okay, so I like this, the Herald. This is a lot about the past, you know. It's, to me, I was hearing it's like the news, the announcement, this person coming in, you know, regretting, wishing for the past, wishing things had worked out differently. It has that Five of Cups energy. Someone acted too quickly and they didn't really wait around to see, is what I'm seeing. And so there is this regretful energy with them. I also feel like it is coming through in your energy today. So again, tapping back into the practical of why you're walking away from something, why it's not serving you anymore. The botanist really talks about growth and evolution. It's also our legacy that we're leaving behind. So we, again, putting in front of us, what are our goals? What are our ambitions? And does this person or situation align with those things? And if it doesn't, we do have to say no. We can say yes, but again, it goes back to that cycle of karma that I was talking about. So today, this is really protecting, nurturing. Oh, there's the Thief card. Triple confirmation, guys, on that Seven of Swords energy. Someone who is being really selfish, who doesn't really care how it affects you. And that's why Spirit is saying it's so important to hold on to keep in front of you what your goals and what your dreams are. Because if you're not conscious and aware of those things, it's just going to end up with this person taking advantage of you. And some great ways to honor our heart, our mind, our soul is really invest in things that make us happy, that make us feel fulfilled. Some wellness techniques, obviously eating well, exercise, moving your body is great. Doing some pranayama breathing or meditation, yoga, you know, anything that really kind of aligns that duality within us. So I hope that you found messages here today. I thank you for your time and energy always. It's such a blessing to read for you. And yeah, thank you. Lots of love. Have a fabulous day.